All right, it's airbag day. I feel like an idiot. My wife pointed it out to me that I'm a moron, so that's what bosses do, right? I pulled this one off. I've had a leak. I think this happened when I was pulling it off, but this is how old these are. I was hoping I could like sell two and keep a spare, but this might have been the one that was actually leaking. Simple enough. Everybody's got videos of these. If you don't know how to do it, well, it's not that hard. This is your hose. This is for a Freightliner. You push in on this, you push in on the hose, you push down on this, and then you pull the hose out. And then you undo this. And if you get one of these, it's not a washer, it's some of this that goes around your threads. Bolt on the top, bolt on the bottom. And this works. 19 millimeter. And this is a 3/4 for this bad boy right here. I still got to get the two in the front. Oh, and this is really nifty here for those of y'all like me that live on a dirt road. And this is where I was talking about where I'm an idiot. So if you get these, don't panic, because you have a Freightliner that has the old style with this sticking out and there's a hole there, and you buy this and you're like, oh my god, they gave me the wrong one. That's threaded, and this fits right in it. And that's what I was talking about, being an idiot, because I was like, I gotta go back because they gave me the wrong freaking part, man. Stupid. Alright, I'm on the last two. First two I did yesterday. I was experimenting and whatnot, so I showed you all those. We're all hooked up. There's still a loss of air. I'm assuming it's coming from those. Yeah, I'll show you these when I get done with them. They'll probably look exactly the same as the others, but if you see stretch marks, and I'll show you what those are, you need to change these, because you're more than likely in the same position I'm in. This truck has 670,000 miles, and anyway, this is what I've done, because I got dump bags, so I don't need to use this valve. But if you were to do this on your own, this is your release valve for your bags. So what I do, prop it up. I did the frame on the back yesterday with the rock and the 4x, because you don't need to get it completely off the ground. And I did watch a video the other day that says, like, if your bags are crooked, or this morning, if your bags are crooked, it's more than likely down in there, your U-joints, these spacers, there's spacers on each side, and these blocks, there's spacers on each side of the block, in between the frame and the block, and in between your spring and your crossbar for your suspension. And what happens is, you can see the spacer. Where are you at? Well, I don't know. Oh, fingers in the way. You can just see the spacer sticking out of the bottom of that. Now what happens is those spacers get worn way more than paper thin, and it'll cause your tires to wear, bags to blow, etc. I haven't had any bags blow, but I'm going to check the bolts on my U-joints, make sure they're nice and tight. This one looked a little crooked. The guy said to change all that stuff out cost him like $1,000. I don't know how old the video was. I forgot to check that. I'm about to get started on this. I released my air. My bolts are off on this side. I got to do the other side. And like I said, this works. 3/4 inch, 19 millimeter, works just as well. No problems with that. And then torque them down to spec. You'll find your specs on top of your part number. That's for a Freightliner Cascadia DD15 2016 model. They might vary, though one of the main differences you're going to run into is whether you got outside threads or inside threads. Either way, it should work. These replace the ones that have the 910S16 bags on them. That is not a part number, that is the bag number from what I've been told. So it doesn't quite work like that. Doesn't matter. Can't find those anymore. I tried, couldn't find them, it didn't matter. I went to Freightliner, bought 4 of them for 355 bucks. So don't go to eBay, it's cheap garbage anyway. They're 388 for the cheapest ones. So I went to Freightliner, it's 355 out the door. Plus labor, which I'm doing myself. Alright, so let's get started. I already took the bolts off. Now comes the fun part. I don't have a tripod, or I'd let y'all watch. Alright, so number 3 is in. So what I found is, you dump your bags, and the easiest way to get them out, they aren't going to look like they're going to be easy to get out. Looks like it might be a little twisted. Look at that. Push down on them. Once you get your hoses disconnected, into those you push in on the hose, and then you push down on the circular piece around it, and then you pull it out. Watch another video if you don't understand what I'm saying. It'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about. This actually made it easier. I couldn't really get these off without that. I had it in the back originally, which I didn't have it tall enough, so apparently it's a little lower here than it is in the rear, which explains why these bags were a little bit lower than the rear bags whenever I did the first set. So now on to the next one. Nothing to note really, other than be prepared to get dirty if you do this yourself. It's really simple, man. Come on, you can do it. Alright, my wife's being disgusting. So I found it's easier if you go ahead and put the bags back in, and then put your air valve piece back in. If you have, get the heck away from me, that nastiness. So some of these, this one's the driver's side. Let me put my glasses on. This thing was super nasty. See all the dirt in the crack there? And then you got, the valves didn't really want to come off of there, but the easiest way to get these off, don't pinch really hard if you can't get them off by hand. Like this one was really dirty, so I had to use that. Most of them I did by hand, but don't pinch it really hard, because you can scuff up them air lines, and they'll end up leaking on you, and you won't know where your leak's coming from. Dirt is clean. I got 2 lines coming off of most of these because of my right way in the cab to measure my weight on my drives. This is how I cleaned a bunch of dirt off there, but look at that. Crap's caked on. So when I go to the truck wash, I usually bring my trailer. I'm gonna have to dump that next time and just wash everything underneath. Ugh, look at that. That's nasty. Yeah, I'm definitely dropping my trailer next time. I ain't gonna let this keep going on. I can't stand that much. That's grease. That's oil. That white lithium grease I sprayed onto the nuts to make sure they'd be all lubed up. And that's kind of, that one looks a little bent in. I might have to move that over. Howdy everybody, I'm back again one more time for yeah, I repeated myself twice on telling you how to remove the tube, the air tube from the airbag. Sorry, I didn't watch the videos before I made more videos, and one was a what was that? One was a Saturday, the other was a Sunday, or something like that. I don't know. I picked them up. I did one. I did 2 of the bags one day, and I did the 2 rear bags one day, and I did 2 front bags the other day. Very simple procedure. Anyone can do it. Don't put them in wrong. You can cause more issues. I had a guy in my class when I went to Schneider that he did his own, and he, from what my other classmate told me, he messed it up and was down for 2 extra weeks or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what the guy did. I mean, you take 2 bolts out, you unscrew an airline after disconnecting it, or disconnect the airline, and then remove the 2 bolts, and then, you know, etc., etc. Watch the videos to not mine, not this one, unless, you know, you already know some mechanical aptitudes and you're good at doing stuff like that. Anyway, this is a new phone. Maybe the camera's better, maybe it's not, maybe it's the same, who knows. I had a OnePlus 6T. I have upgraded to a OnePlus 8T. They were on sale for $550. Actually $500. I'm supposed to call up and see what the deal is and why they charged me 50 extra bucks, but I think it's because I got the higher memory, if I recall. I didn't think about that when I first called them, so now I think that I was actually charged correctly. So, because I get the 256, these phones have like 12 gigs of RAM. Is it 12 or is it 8? Say 8 gigs of RAM, 12 gigs of RAM. I don't know. They're really good phones. They're not a Jeffrey-like foldable dual screen phone, but they are good phones. They're really good phones. I didn't have a problem really out of the 6T. I did have a weird, I might have got my speaker wet. I don't know if that's what caused it or what. I had an issue with the echo whenever I spoke with anybody on speakerphone. There was a weird echo that would wrap around. I don't have that issue with this phone. So maybe the noise cancellation wasn't noise canceling. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I know enough about the technology to change screens, change batteries, change motherboards and all that inside the phone. But as far as the technicality glitches for that's not very good, is it? As far as the other technicality glitches, I don't know. So I got my blinds up. I'm making a delivery in Albany in the morning. I have a discrepancy on the address. I'm hoping that it's the right one. It's at a mall, and it's supposed to be at a place that's usually in buildings. So the brokers gave me to run around. I don't know. I'll go to the first address, and if that doesn't work out, I'll end up going to the second one. Decline. Suspected spam caller. Anyway, so the other thing I did over the past couple of weeks, so I had a problem with a bathroom in the home I'm living in. I live in a mobile home, and it's old, right? And we had a hole in one of the floors in the guest bathroom. So I bought flooring. I bought like 5 sheets, of 4x8 by 3/4 inch pressure treated plywood that cost me, my vent's blowing, I don't want to be interrupted here. It cost me, and the wood was the least expensive of everything I've had done. It was 200 and some change, 225 I think, was just for the wood alone. And then I bought like 5 2x4s or 4 2x4s, because he said, the guy that I was going to have work on it said he needed to build some cross members. So I'm trying to make this quick because the other video's 8 minutes on this airbag thing. Anyway, not that this has anything to do with anything really, other than what's been going on in my life, right? So, but just as for an idea of if you have a mobile home and you want to replace the floors, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Well, maybe. It depends. Anyway, so the flooring for that one was 250 or so, right around that, whatever I just said, 45 times 5, 4, 5, yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 225 plus tax. I bought a couple of extra things with it. The most expensive part, now the other thing is I also got, I had other floors I had to be fixed. Toilets have a wax ring underneath them, and they get the wax rings, when they start to become unseated, will have leakage of water or other things, right? So the moisture will get into the wood that's underneath the toilet, and it will cause corrosion, degradation of the wood, etc. And anybody that's lived in anywhere other than a like $1 million home, I'm sure that's happened there too, but it'll rot the wood basically, and then you'll end up having a sinking toilet feeling, right? You'll sit on it and it sinks, or it moves around and whatnot. And so we had to get that part of the floor fixed as well. And there was a bedroom that was adjoining the
guest bathroom that had the leak, that had the hole in the floor, that had damage as well from the leak, wherever the heck the leak was that caused the bathroom damage, which we ended up fixing, or he ended up fixing. I was busy working while all this was going on, trying to generate revenue so I could pay for the repairs. So anyway, I got 4 other sheets of 4x8 by 3/4 inch regular plywood, and a tarp to cover it with, and some 2x4 by 10s because they were out of 8s, and a 3-inch, and this is where my lead up is, why I'm going through all this, a 3-inch piece of PVC elbow. Now, that all leads to this. So Freightliners up to, and I know the 2021 I had kind of had the same issue. The darker models, and I'm sure the lighter colored ones too, have an issue if they're like the tall version, not the crew cut marine haircut looking ones with no top, the crop top, whatever they're called. I don't even know what they're called, man. So they were used for running flatbeds, right? Mine's used for running dry van or whatever because it's more streamlined for the dry van, okay? So it's got an extended roof. I'm 6 feet tall and I can stand up and touch the roof, and it's like 8 feet up, whatever. Anyway, it's super tall. So they're notorious for the upper area not getting enough circulation and being extremely hot or warm even when you have the air running back there. And I read a post a while back on Facebook on one of the pages about a year, 2 years ago, I don't know. Someone had taken a piece of PVC pipe, and I had to dig to find it again. So this is in relation to that as well. I bought the pipe. Now this is what I've done. I'm not done because I got to get an extension now, and I'll show you why. So it works great though. This keeps everything cool, the whole thing. Okay. It's not working right now because, as you can see, it's hanging loose. Hold on a minute. Okay, now we have some light. Let's turn this air down. Okay, so now we have some light here. What is that? Oh, that's my sheet. Anyway, so back up some. This is the vent, right? That's where your air comes out of. When you turn the fan on, it comes through this vent right here. Okay, and this you can aim a little bit, but it doesn't do justice for anything. So what I did was I bought this 3-inch elbow. Now, if you buy this, and I'll update this later and show y'all what I've made as far as progress, because I still have to do my cabinet. I bought some wood for that, but I bought the wood that was too thin, so she's going to use it for stuff. So right now I have tape. I got to put some more around it because it's not holding. Even fabulous Schneider tape is not holding this. But as you can see, I put tape around it, and it's blowing up into the upper bunk area. Works great, splendidly, a lot, way better than what it did. Because the vents, even the vents that are on the side of the bunk, they don't blow cool enough. By the time it gets up to the top, it's an issue. That's about it, man. But I'm gonna get an extension, and it'll be out to here probably. I might end up busting my toe on it or something. I don't know. That's one of my next steps in this truck. The other thing, that'll be it for now. Anyway, so that is what I've been doing. Now, hey, if you want to do repairs on your mobile home along those lines, I got, golly, man, if it ain't this truck. Oh, no, the air, did I tell you they cost $355? I think I told you that. Labor was free because it was me. But this house cost me, the labor alone was like $2,300. About $100 worth of extra parts because I had to get some caulk. I had to get a caulk gun because I had to finish some stuff up after he left. I had to get, we had to buy glue for the flooring. He put new flooring, not new flooring, it's just vinyl floor because we're not going to be staying there. So I just got some nice looking vinyl flooring, and hey, he laid it down and glued it. Man, it looks good. And what else? So the bedroom next to the bathroom, we laid down all plywood. We didn't put nothing on that floor. The boss lady said she didn't want nothing on there. It's just going to be a room for her painting or arts and crafts and whatnot. So whatever. I mean, there's going to get paint all over the floor, and if we laid carpet or whatever, it's going to get messed up anyway. So I'm all for that. I don't care. I'm not going to be using that room anyway. You want plywood floors? We'll just have plywood floors. Might end up putting like an acrylic base or something on there just for the heck of it, just so, I don't know, it depends on if it's harder to sand than, or renting a sander is less than just getting some type of coating to put on it. And no, I'm not going to put bed liner on there, okay? I may be in the backwoods hillbilly section of Georgia, but and I may really want to put a full-size motor on a lawnmower just to see what it would do, but I'm not putting bed liner in. Can you imagine that, going in somebody's house and there's bed liner for the floor? I mean, admittedly, it would work great. I mean, just put all that stuff in the bathroom, everywhere, on the walls, on the floor, and on the sides of everything. And then when it gets dirty, all you got to do is have a little drain in there that goes underneath the house. All you got to do is like hose it down when it gets dirty. Man, that's just awesome. So, you know, get yourself a hunting cabin or a hunting camper, and then put bed liner inside of it. There's an idea, you guys. And this way, you know, you can always skin your animal. You ain't got to worry about being outside and it's too cold, right? You have one little room off to the side that has the bed liner and everything in it with the drain in the floor, and then all you got to do is hang that sucker up, gut it, clean it, trim it, do everything you got to do to it, and wham bam, thank you ma'am. You got your meat and everything right there ready to just be thrown in the freezer immediately after cutting it, instead of having to walk it around and outside and accidentally dropping a piece on the ground and getting pine straw and crap on it. And man, anyway, I'm too smart to be a I'm too smart to be a redneck. Anyway, I'm gonna go put some more duct tape on this vent, and I don't know why though, because I'm only gonna use it one more night, and then hopefully, so I'm delivering to a store that should have the extensions, because they have stuff like that sometimes, or in the one where I live has that. So maybe I can find a 3-inch extension there. Anyway, I don't care. I'm gonna put more duct tape on it anyway. You know what? And that might work. So that's it, man. And this weekend, I got to go look at a house. I got to go home. This house was a really nice house, 10 acres of land. I'm going to try and either trade my property or use my property for a down payment, as in lieu of a down payment, and get this acreage. And then I'll have someplace to really park my truck, which would be awesome. The only problem is it doesn't have a well, and I'm gonna have to get that built in. So, but this property went up for sale. I called on a Wednesday, set up an appointment for a Sunday viewing. I was so, yeah, let's go look at it. Yeah, Saturday morning, got a text from the lady, it's already under contract. Right on. Okay, so never mind. We're not gonna go look at it. Should have went and looked at it anyway, because I guess their contract fell through. they couldn't get their loan approved or something. So I'm not going to worry about getting a contract built up until I know for sure I want this house, but I'm almost sure I want it. There's another one that, anyway, we're trying to find a house. I'm looking at the fact that, you got to think. So there's a few things. Say you know what? I'm not getting into this because this was about airbags. That's it. Y'all have a blessed day. I'll talk to y'all later.